And go shopping, Kate. It's fine. So
I'm off. I'm leaving.
what are we trying to say here? Come back. You're not working hard enough, Kate. Come back. What am I talking about? It's really ridiculous. I think it started, by the way.
Have you started? Hello again. Assad, you've asked me to talk about working too hard. Because I do.
You do?
I think that's why you wrote it down. And you don't.
No. I think I work hard. I think my working style is different to yours. Are you going to jig that around? But go, you go. We've just been talking off camera, and I think we're gonna disagree on this.
I think you have to put your all in.
I think there's a difference between putting your all in, which I 100% agree with you on. You have to put your all in to set up any business, to start a business, to grow a business, scale a business. Of course you do.
Yeah.
You've got to put the time in, the hours in, the effort, everything. Of course you do. But I think working too hard is what we're talking about now. Obviously, working too hard to you means one thing. Working too hard to me means another.
That's a
working too
relative
hard to the
concept.
viewers will mean something else.
Yeah.
So you have to qualify that first.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of, I've never been particularly a hard worker. Yeah, I did from school reports to previous roles and so on and so forth. But I've always worked.
I hope your kids are listening.
No, I've always worked smart. I've said this to my kids. I said, this is what I've been told. So imagine if you could work smart and work hard. And I think I want to make sure this doesn't come across as if Assad doesn't do any work. I do, but I think somebody said to me once, surround yourself with the best people you can afford.
Is that working smart?
Surround yourself with the
right.
best people you can afford, and I think it's absolutely true. Now, obviously, the affordability bit is going to change as you progress through your business. And I want to address one thing that you said, Kate, and this is maybe not that relevant to all of the viewers, but Kate's approach. If Kate had 2 hours free, all of a sudden magically just free, you've got literally nothing to do, you would find something to do in those 2 hours.
That's what.
So
it's true. It's true.
You have to fill your time with things.
But that's a
necessarily don't.
personality type.
Yes.
I like working hard, and actually I was arguing with one of my family about that, and they were sort of saying, well, why do you work so hard? I say, well, has it ever occurred to you I might actually quite like working hard?
Yeah.
But that is different from working too hard. And I've gone beyond. In general, through my life, I've gone beyond.
And I think, like you say, that's personality type. There's going to be other people out there who have similar personalities as well. Mine's a bit more of a relax. I know what I need to. I work in bursts. That burst might be 10 minutes, might be 30 minutes, it might be an hour, 2 hours. Then I'll have a little bit of time. Then I'll work into another burst, and I'll do whatever I need to do. Now, obviously, my working life has changed. When phase 3 was first set up, I was probably not working the same hours that you're currently working, but I was still working very, very hard. Within that, there was circumstances, i.e., no children, no family. I was a lot younger. You have more energy, no kind of health issues and all this kind of stuff. So I think it changes from time to time. I think I see vlogs and read interviews about people now saying, you have to work 27 hours a day and you can't do this. You can't be a successful business if you don't. That's the part I disagree with. I don't think it's a necessity.
And I disagree with you a bit there, because there is, certainly when we were a certain size, there is a heck of a lot to be done, and you don't have too many people to do it.
Yep.
And how do you get around that other than working quite hard?
Yep.
Now, I do think, so you talked about working in bursts.
Yeah.
And I say everybody works in bursts. It's just a question of whether your burst is 15 minutes or 15 hours.
Yeah.
And I think you have to at some stage put in a heck of a lot of graft, but I should have drawn a line, and over the years, you know, I've given myself massive health problems. And so massive health problems, you can gently run yourself down. I think we're beyond that now. I feel.
I think that's the line. That's the line. If you are sacrificing something, that might be health, it might be family, it might be time with your children. You know, whatever it is. I think that's the point. You know, this week for me personally is a very good example. I've been away for a couple of weeks. I came back. My eldest daughter wasn't too well. A lot of time in hospital. I'm way behind now in work. But for me, family comes first. Absolutely, I'm sure the majority of you with family comes first. So I had a decision to make. What do I do? Do I focus more on you know, spending time with my daughter, staying overnight at the hospital and doing all that whilst my younger two children are going to school still? Or do I say, actually, you know, no, I need to get back to work because that's more important, that's priority? It isn't. And I think the people that you are referring to that say you have to work really, really, really hard or too hard, I think those are the people who are not yet in a position where they are sacrificing too much other than perhaps time. Yeah. So your situation is different clearly because health, your kind of your health, and I think that the point I'm trying to make is that there's working hard, but there's working too hard, and I don't think you need to work too hard.
I agree. There's a line.
Yeah.
I know I've crossed it.
Yeah.
I don't think
Long
I
time
always
ago.
cross it, but I do believe, she says with a wry smile on her face, that people who are have a working style like yours also need people like me.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question mark about that. There's no question.
Now,
Surround yourself with good quality people.
You're the smart one. You're the smart one in that. That I don't dispute.
No, I don't. I do. I do dispute it because
Hooray, he says I'm the smart one.
you're ridiculously smart, and like I said, you would still fill that time with something else.
Yes,
you would still fill that time with work-related activity.
No, not work-related.
Whether it was
I
a
feel
priority,
it was something.
you'd fill it with work. It's right now. Right now, you didn't have this 2 hours. This 2-3 hours
Well, I
to
could get
film
stuck into
this.
something else, wouldn't I?
But my point is that you made the time to do this, and so the structure of whatever else you have to do is in those other zones, isn't it? It's in the other time slots allocated.
Yes.
Yeah. So if that's also allocated, as this was today, this got cancelled. You wouldn't just say, you know what, I've got 2 hours. I'm gonna go shopping.
Well, yes, I would, but I'd just shop Fast and Furious. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I call it energy. The point is, you know, I don't always realise when I run out of energy.
I think the key is personality. Everyone's got their own personality. People work the way they work. It's a you know, people have all been similar. I don't think you could change your personality and the way you work. But when it's detrimental to your health, detrimental to your family, detrimental to yourself, then I think at that point it starts being detrimental to your business.
You become a business risk, and I'm aware of
Yeah.
that. I've been that. But if I'm working too hard, I could give a gift back to the world. Then what I would say is, you know, learn that lesson. And I want to encourage everybody who works for and with us to work that hard because they enjoy it. But just to know when to stop at the end of the day, and then to enjoy that bit too. Will I sit on the sofa and do nothing with that stop time? No. And I like people who don't, but
I just think it's critical to business success to have time away from business. Whatever it is, family, friends, you know, watching EastEnders, well, you know, Netflix, whatever it is you're doing, it's important to sometimes you need a bit of dead time. I'm not in EastEnders for years.
Can I go shopping?
I just think, go shopping. Just finish the vlog first.
No.
And then go shopping, Kate. It's fine. So,
I'm off.
what are we trying to say here? Come back. You're not working hard enough, Kate. Come back. Because let us know what you think. Let us know what you think, guys. Your working style. Do you agree with Kate that you have to work perhaps maybe over the top.
That's not what I said. I said the opposite of that.
People are only going to remember the little summary at the end, aren't they? So, yeah, let us know what you think, guys. We'll be back next week for our next vlog. Thank you. Don't work too hard. We got way over there, didn't we?